Pictures up.
Pictures up. Roll sound. Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speed.
Camera speed. 2. Awesome. Take 2.
And action.
Hello, welcome to Open Dialogue. Noel T. Manning II here, and I am extremely happy to be talking to you today about Christmas songs and my love of the Christmas season. When Christmas songs are playing in the background, I find myself just dialing in, singing them out loud. I don't care if I'm at a shopping mall, at a restaurant, in my office, or just walking down the street. And sure, I get strange looks, but that's okay because it's Christmas. It's all about getting the strange looks. I mean, think about this. When else but Christmas can you gather a bunch of people together, walk around from house to house in your neighborhood or others, and sing songs without getting arrested? I mean, it just doesn't happen except at Christmas. Well, Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso knows that, and she has a Christmas special on Apple TV Plus that I encourage you to check out, and she is our guest right here on Open Dialogue. Hello, Hannah. I hope you are well.
Noel, what a very appropriate name for Christmas.
It is my favorite season, the only season I can find my name everywhere. So
Absolutely.
I'm very happy.
Me too, is my favorite. You know, I must tell you that I've been to Charlotte for I literally stepped off a plane, got moved across the tarmac, and moved onto another plane to come to New York when I was at Thunderdome recently. So I need to come back for a proper visit.
Yes, you do, and we will host you at the Manning Mansion. I promise you. You have a place here. You have a place
Thank you
here.
so much.
Well, Hannah, first I just want to thank you for being such a vital force in Ted Lasso. Such an amazing and complete series. It transformed lives of viewers, and I'm not saying that lightly.
No, I know.
And it will be a series that will be remembered for decades to come. So first, I just want to thank you for that, and thank you for being such an amazing part.
Thank you so much. Well, I loved both the show and AFC Richmond, and more than anything, Rebecca. I miss her all the time like I've lost a pal. And I was very, very, very serious about how I played her because I wanted to serve not only women, but men who have found themselves, divorced at a time in their life when they don't know what they're doing with their lives. So I took it very seriously and took her into my heart. And I love that people have recognized that.
Well, you mentioned Richmond and you're home for Christmas. This special, you've been able to bring some old friends from Richmond. So,
Yes.
So share that process of recruiting the Ted Lasso mates and some other guests for this project. Where did the idea come from?
There was no way that they weren't going to be in it because they've become so much part of my life. I also knew that they were big sparkly Christmas hams and would love it. There's a lot of people, like you look at Brendan Hunt and Jimmy Lance and Colin Bikini, they are all just chomping at the bit to get that, the DJ on and the candy canes and all the rest of it. So that, I knew that I wanted that to happen. I also knew that I wanted to try and work in Juno and Brett and Jason on a more secret Christmas squirrel level, because I knew that I would send people out of their minds. And they are all... I have such deep friendships with all of them, so individually as well as collectively, that I just wanted to highlight the difference between each of our relationships. And so I wrote those scripts with each of them. And I think you feel a slightly different feel with all of them. So I'm really pleased. And the one with Brendan backstage, he and I decided upon that probably 48 hours before.
Wow. Wow. Well, I love it, and I love the special, and I've always loved Christmas specials going back to when I was a kid. I think the first time I was introduced was through my grandfather, who was a big Bing Crosby fan. So he introduced me to Bing Crosby, and I remember watching that special with Bing Crosby and David Bowie, and so I introduced my grandfather to David Bowie.
Yes.
So I just loved Christmas specials. What were some of the ones that you remember when you were younger, and were there any that inspired you for this Home for Christmas?
Well, funny you should say that. That one, you would never think that Bing Crosby's and David Bowie's voices would work so beautifully.
Peace on earth, can it be? And years from now, perhaps we'll see. See the day of glory.
And I had a little bit of that. I said to them when I was pitching this to Apple, I said I want it to be an old school Christmas special in the vein of Dean Martin meets Carol Burnett. So I wanted that kind of timeless, but not old-fashioned, and to have the comedy as well. And then each of the voices need to complement a different part of my voice. So you have more of a soulful ballad with Leslie Odom because of his unbelievably smooth voice. You've then got more of a punchy song with Sam Ryder, you know, to do Run Run Rudolph with him, to have that different energy than I have when I'm singing with the English National Opera chorus, you know, my mum's great companions for 30 years of her life. So it all needed to be kind of guest specific, but them leaning back to me. So there's that lovely symbiosis of you don't know where they end and I begin. And I was really thrilled that Apple were just like, right, we've got it. We're on it. We're trying to get those specific people. And it was just amazing that it all worked out.
And it did work out. I loved it so much. And it will be one that I will be going back to for holidays down the road.
Thank
so
you,
Hannah,
Noel.
thank you. Thank you for taking the time. And
My pleasure.
And next time you want to sing a Christmas song, just sing the first Noel and I will be incredibly happy.
I'm going to store that one.
Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful,
Thank you,
beautiful
my
Christmas.
friend, and you. All the best. See you again.